Soup season has a special place in my heart, especially with all the possibilities. You can't go wrong. Today we're taking the best parts of broccoli cheddar and beer cheese soup, combining them to make one soup that I know you'll love. It's a one-pot recipe, so it'll be a quick day in the kitchen. Let's get to it. Before we get to the soup, I'm gonna show you how to make croutons. They're super easy to make and they'll be way better than anything you get at the store. You can use your favorite bread, old bread you have lying around. I'm using croissants. How can you say no to croissant croutons, right? But grab a bowl and everything goes into it. A good squeeze of oil, I'm using avocado, melted butter, a big pinch of salt, some oregano seasoning. This could be Italian seasoning as well. Some fresh minced garlic, of course. Last but not least, a few cracks of black pepper. Then toss in your cubed croissants. And as we can see, I cut these croissants pretty small. You can rough chop them, you can tear them apart with your hands, however you choose. And then now you just get messy and mix this up. You wanna make sure each piece is coated thoroughly, flavor in every bite, like I always say. Take this out the way, bring back a baking sheet, and all of our croissants go right on top of them. Look how beautiful these look. And taste them just for seasoning. So once you mix them all up, just taste them, and if you feel like they need more flavor, more seasoning, add that here. This is what they're gonna taste like when they come out. Make a flat layer on the sheet tray. Toss these in a 350-degree oven until toasted and crispy, maybe 20-30 minutes. I honestly don't know how long it takes. Just keep it on them. I'll keep checking them. However long it takes for me, I'll let you know. But the next thing we're gonna start on is the soup. Into a beautiful Dutch oven, the first thing we'll add is chopped up bacon. We'll mix this around. How can you go wrong when a recipe starts with bacon? Break all those pieces up and we're just gonna cook this till crispy. So whenever that happens, that's when you'll see me mix. And once that bacon starts to get crisp, go ahead and remove it from the pot, and then you can drain some of that grease if you want. I'm gonna leave about a few tablespoons in it, but if you don't want to use any grease, then by all means remove it. But you're missing out on so much flavor, so please just keep it in there. You'll be all right. Once you removed a little bit of that grease, of course, we're gonna go in there with the best thing on earth, some onions. You can do as much as or as little as you like. You know me, I like to go crazy on my onions. Give these a good quick mix. Of course, we season the layers, so we'll add a pinch of salt, and we're just gonna cook these till they soften down 3-5 minutes. Once those onions have softened down, we'll go in there and add our broccoli part of the soup. I love broccoli. One of the greatest vegetables. I feel like it's so underrated. Of course, season the layers, so we'll add just another small pinch of salt, and then we wanna mix this up and cook this down 5 to 8 minutes till it turns bright green. Like we see what it looks like now. It's gonna be a lot more brighter after this. So 5 to 8 minutes, let that cook down, get a little tender, and then we'll come back and just start adding stuff. Building layers of flavor at every step is what we want to do. You can use fresh broccoli, you can use frozen broccoli. Did you know sometimes frozen broccoli, like the back stuff, is sometimes fresher than the fresh stuff? So you can use whatever you want, but let this cook down 5 to 8 minutes, like I said, and then we'll come back, add the rest of it. Once you see these broccoli are nice and vibrant green, we're gonna add one thing to it, another great component, garlic. And y'all know the deal with garlic. You just wanna mix this up until fragrant. Once you smell that beautiful garlic, take it and we'll remove this from the pan. The broccoli and the onions, these are gonna come back later. The broccoli still needs to cook. I've done this a lot on the channel. We're gonna make a quick roux, so toss in your butter and let this melt down. Once melted, sprinkle in your flour. Give this a mix to no clumps. So just mix this till golden brown, should be about like a minute or two. Once it's golden brown, we'll go in there and start adding our beer of choice. I'm using Guinness. It is a dark beer. You wanna use a dark beer for this recipe. Add that earthiness. And so just keep on adding little by little. Make sure you whisk it so no clumps are in it. Mix this up, and then you just wanna bring this to a simmer and let it reduce and start to thicken slightly. Like I said, this is the beer that I'm using. You can use chicken broth, veggie stock if you don't wanna use beer. You won't get drunk from this. All the alcohol will cook down, so don't worry about it. But it'll add some good complexity to flavor. Why be basic? Switch it up. Get better in the kitchen, challenge yourself. That's how you do it. That's how you get good food. Trying to push on my game. Once you see it's at a simmer and it's thickened up nicely, we'll go in there with our next liquid of choice. This is chicken stock. Add all that to the mixture. Mix this up, and then now everything else really does go in at this point. We'll go in with some grated carrots, some diced potatoes, Worcestershire sauce, mustard powder, and then a mixture of smoked paprika and chili powder. We can't forget about our broccoli and onion mixture, so we'll add probably about 2/3 of it. We're gonna save a little bit for the end of it. And then of course, we're gonna season this with a pinch of salt and of course, pepper. And mix this up, and then you wanna bring this up to a boil, knock it down to a simmer, and let that simmer for about 15 minutes till those veggies are tender, potatoes are cooked through. This is what our croissants are looking like. It took about 20 minutes in the oven for me. Looking nice, beautiful. Try not to eat them all while you're waiting. So now, we're gonna let that come up to a boil, knock it down to a simmer, like I said, and then once that's done, we'll come back and we'll do the finishing touches. We still got a little bit left, but We're almost there. This is what the soup is looking like. Once your crisp smells amazing, the broccoli is pork tender, the potatoes are tender. We're gonna do one thing you normally don't see with soups. And this step is completely optional. We're just blending it up to a completely smooth. You can go for a chunky soup. I don't want a chunky soup on this occasion, but use an immersion blender or you can use a regular blender. If you don't have one, turn it off the heat and you just wanna blend this up. Once you have the soup blended up to the consistency that you're looking for, it's looking great, gorgeous, just beautiful. How can you complain with that? We're gonna add just a little bit more. I know we're just adding a whole bunch of stuff to this. I keep saying that. We're gonna add just a little bit more. We're almost at the home stretch. I didn't say it was gonna be a quick day. I said it was gonna be an easy day in the kitchen. I got the heat back over medium heat. We're gonna go ahead and toss in the rest of our broccoli mixture. Not much. For extra little bit of creaminess, we'll go in there with some heavy cream. And then we all know a DERAYTHECOOK recipe is not complete without cheese. I am using white cheddar in this instance, but you can use regular cheddar cheese. Be different though, switch it up. Of course, we add in stages, so we'll just add a little bit of cheese at a time, a little bit of cheese till all our cheese is added. And just look at that, doesn't that just look absolutely amazing? Just keep on adding that. Once a little bit of that cheese is melted, I'm gonna add the rest of our cheese and then we have one more ingredient to add and we'll be done, I promise you. So add that cheese in, or I'm gonna add the cheese in and then I'll see you in a quick second. Our last ingredient is just a little bit of fresh nutmeg. This is gonna be perfect. I'm so happy with this. Mix this up, and then now obviously at this step, this is where you taste and adjust for seasoning. If you need to add salt, pepper, whatever you used earlier, do this now. Next thing you see me, I'll have a bowl and we're ready to plate up. Oh yeah, that needs a big pinch of salt. I got it, don't worry about it. You really gotta taste and adjust. I don't get it right on the first time all the time. As y'all saw, that needed a lot of salt. Let's see how this one is better. That's good. That is perfect right there, okay. Now it's time to plate up. Y'all know the deal. 1 scoop for me, a 2nd scoop for y'all, and then a 3rd scoop for good measure. Oh, that looks so good. So good, so good, so good, so good. We'll finish this off with just a good sprinkle of cheese. You know me, I can't ever have enough cheese in a recipe. Then we'll go over the top of that with just a little bit of bacon. We'll scatter that around. Bacon in the recipe. And then our croutons. Man, just looking absolutely beautiful. We'll put these back there and call it a day. This soup is finna hit every spot you need it to hit. And then I'll be a little bit extra. We'll go with a little bit of black pepper right over the top. It's time to eat this thing. I'm gonna scooch up back and we going home. Bye. Soup season is so comforting. It just honestly makes you feel safe. I'm ready to dig in and eat this. My mouth is watering. It looks delicious. Cheers to y'all. Eat great food. Don't eat the same thing all the time. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Let's go for it. Wow, this is what I needed. I don't know if it's just me, but as a chef, I feel like I really don't miss. As it's getting colder in Arizona, I've been needing and craving a bowl of soup, and this hit the spot. Broccoli, cheddar, beer cheese soup coming together, making something spectacular. But make this, guys. Like I always say, make this and you'll see for yourself. I feel like me sitting back here and gassing it up, telling you how great it is, this, and that. You'll never know till you try it yourself. So make this yourself and you'll see. But like always, guys, I appreciate all of the support. Like always, comment down below what I can do next, what I can do different. Hit that subscribe button, send this to a friend that loves soup. Be like DERAYTHECOOK, doing it up over there. He the best in the game. Come back next week. Y'all know I got a banger for y'all. I'll see y'all there. Peace. I'm about to smash this shit, bro. A little bit more cheese. Can't go wrong with cheese. These croutons is crazy. I know, guys. I should probably like include this in the video. This is probably what y'all want to see. But, oh my goodness. Bacon. Can't go wrong with bacon. I'm gonna need to make some more bacon later on. Good Lord. Okay. I'm going home. I got a lot to do today. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.